What's going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Hit the like button, sub to the channel, and also hit the notifications to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Now, I'm a little late on talking about both of these games, but nevertheless, let's just go ahead and dig right into both of them. Okay. Uh, I know the second part of the title says Draymond's ejection. That's the main point of what I'm going to be discussing, but man, it was a action-packed weekend. Uh, you know, this is what the NBA is supposed to be about, man. It's supposed to be about competitiveness. It's supposed to be about parity. Um, it's supposed to be about, eh, expecting the unexpected. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Nobody expected the Bucks to come into Boston because it was more so the team. Uh, Now I know Giannis. He was very inefficient, but he was still impactful because he did have a triple double and he was doing it with his playmaking and his rebounding and of course his defense or whatever because he had I think it was like 25 points, 10 rebounds and or 12 rebounds, 10 assists and two blocks. I'm not. I'm going right off the top of my head. What's up, True Viking? I see you in the building, Queen. Now their plan semi worked. It. They held Giannis uh, in terms of his shooting and stuff. He couldn't really get off like he wanted. Well, really scoring, I should say. He couldn't really get off like he truly wanted to. But it did not stop him from doing other things. Now, another thing that needs to be discussed is Jason Tatum. Okay, uh, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown and Peyton Pritchard. Okay, now Peyton Pritchard did not shoot the ball at all, and I think he didn't shoot the ball well at all. I think he was like 0 4 at one point. Uh, wasn't his best game, and they were being physical in the interior. I felt like the Bucks were really absorbing everything that the Celtics were throwing at them and the Bucks were really hitting some big shots. I think they figured, okay, well, they don't have Middleton, so it's going to be a problem. See, and that's why I said you can't just bank on that because you're still talking about a championship level team. You're still talking about a championship level player, and regardless of how you feel about Budenholzer, these are two guys that were going at it that spent time under the Pop regime when we talk about Popovich. So they were there's two guys that are coaching under that Popovich tree going at it when we talk about Udoka. I know that Ama Udoka is gonna adjust. Of course, now we have to look at Marcus Smart being being out and being hobbled. That's going to be a big factor. But Jason Tatum, see, he was kind of playing like this earlier in the year. He was really inefficient. What's up, Ted Cox? He was very inefficient at the beginning of the year. Okay, and this is how it all played out. Um, he's going to have to bounce back too as well. Okay, because I think they got real comfortable with the fact that, oh, okay, well, yeah, we just went ahead, we took care of Boston. But the thing about Boston is that they weren't really beating Boston. I mean, Brooklyn. I'm sorry, Boston wasn't really beating Brooklyn by that much. They weren't beating them by that much. They weren't beating them like by big margins and all of that. But they just were able to put the clamps down on two of the main players on the team, or two of the main scoring options. Come on, man, what you doing? Uh, but I really feel like Ima Udoka is going to bounce back. He's not gonna just settle for that. He's too good of a coaching mind. Now I could be wrong. You never know. I could be wrong. Maybe my analysis is wrong, but I have a feeling that he's gonna bounce back. If they get both at home though, oh boy, it's gonna be tough. Them stealing two at home, and I think that's what the Bucks. That's what Giannis wants to do. And the thing about that you have to like about Giannis is that he showed everybody, unlike KD, with the exception of the last game that KD played, he showed that okay, when stuff isn't going on, or when my offense isn't flowing like it should be, I'm able to do other things, and that's what Giannis was able to do. He was playing defense. That's what great superstars do in the league. They don't sit there and get depressed or get mad when their shot isn't going like it's supposed to or anything like that. They just try to do other things to become impactful on the floor. That's why I said that he was inefficient, but yet and still he was still impactful. He was still impactful. Okay, and everybody just thought that, oh well, the Bucks ain't got Middleton and all this other stuff. I never look at that. I never look at that. I never looked at that. I mean, we'll have to see, Steven. We'll have to see. What's up with it, Matt? I see you in the building. We'll have to see. We will have to see. But it's not a guaranteed factor, because they can turn it up anytime that they want to. I think everybody's dismissing the fact that Brook Lopez, he's still a big body and can rebound. Everybody dismisses the fact that when Drew Holiday is on, he's on. Everybody dismisses the fact that Grayson Allen, he could shoot. Everybody dismisses the fact that Bobby Portis gained weight, okay? But when Bobby Portis was in Chicago, Bobby Portis used to be all over the floor. I think people forget that. They were trying to make Bobby Portis into, like a to a lesser degree, uh, like a KG. Well, it was a combination of a lot of people, and they gave Brown problems too. But that dunk was vicious, both ends. When we talk about the Jalen Brown dunk, yes, I'm gonna talk about Gary Payton a second too. I'm gonna talk about that dunk. Just climbed up over the top of Bane with the stare down, old school. Definitely gonna talk about that. Uh, but that's what you have to come in. You have to come in there and do. You have to come in there and you have to pretty much suck the life out of whatever building that you're in. Yeah, man. Don't I mean, don't celebrate too early though, Stephen Green. I mean, we're not. We listen. We're talking about two guys that came up under Popovich and they grasped the concept, man. So don't be a prisoner of the moment. Yeah, I mean he's toned down. He's toned down. I mean, even though I don't like what he does or whatever in terms of Grayson Allen, uh, yeah, he's shooting the ball well, and it was a collective. It was pretty much a collective effort. You say Giannis playing like LBJ in his prime. No, he's playing way better. I mean, he's more ferocious, and he doesn't mind getting the smoke. Now, of course, LeBron was playing in you know, well, he was more of a shooter, but nah, not at all. Giannis is a whole nother beast. I can't ride with that comparison. But in terms of impact, I mean, hell yeah. But he was inefficient though, but he was still impactful. Yeah, he is better. He's better defensively, way better. I mean, chase down blocks is not blocking. That's not just defense. A chase down block or whatever. And LeBron didn't get decent in defense until he went to Miami. He was never a force on the defensive end like that. I mean, he was okay. He was solid, but not like Giannis. Giannis could guard all five players on the floor, and he played both ends of the floor constantly, and not taking anything away from LeBron. He could have, but you're talking about a defensive player of the year, first team all defense consistently. Yeah, really, absolutely, 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 absolutely. And Giannis knows how to read defenses better than LeBron. LeBron didn't start reading defenses good until he got a hold of a guy like Shane Battier. Well, I mean, hey, it's listen, it's not it's not anything personal, brother. You know, it's not anything personal. Not anything personal. It's just it's truly now when he did get robbed of the defensive player of the year against when he could have had actually two uh when Mark Gasol had got it because he played good defense that year, and like I said, who was helping him? It was Shane Battier. They spent the whole entire summer from my recollection working on that. Yeah, yeah, I gotta jump on that. Well, like Timothy, I think it was you. I think it was you that said that Milwaukee. Shout out to Timothy because Timothy had pointed out that Milwaukee was ranked number one in defense in the playoffs, and I had to look that up. So I think it was Tim. I think it was Timothy that actually pointed that out because at first I thought it was Boston that had the number one ranked defense. Now they had the number one ranked defense coming into from the season to the playoff, but Milwaukee has clearly had the number one defense in the playoffs. You know, and it came down to the battle. the battle of the boards. Now, I'm gonna tell you who's not getting enough credit. It was Al Horford. Al Horford, man, he played solid defense on Giannis. I mean, people forget, that Al Horford, how physical of a presence he is. Well, yeah, right now it does, but they were number one. They were number one coming in there. You see a lot of that. I think what where they slipped at was having what you call it, Robert Williams, because he was a big loss. But Robert Williams was number one during the season in terms of player defensive rankings. Oh yeah, man. I mean, look, hey, you entitled to your opinion. Listen, my cousin goes at me all the time about LeBron playing both ends of the floor, but I mean, if we're gonna if we're gonna talk about playing both ends of the floor, then you got to bring up a guy like Jimmy Butler. You got to bring up a guy like Giannis. You got to bring up a guy, you know, and LeBron. Yeah, he does many other things, but he doesn't do that as well as Giannis. I know that for a fact. We're talking about a guy, DPOY and MVP in the same season. I mentioned that before, and some people don't really see that as a big deal. I mean, I'm not gonna say a big deal, but it's a prime factor because you're talking about he's amongst history in doing that. What's up, JMJ? I see you in the building, and I don't know why you're apologizing. Yeah, they're out rebounding, but listen, no, Timothy. This is the thing. I don't think don't go to sleep on Ama Udoka. Do not go to sleep on him because one thing listen, that's what Tim Duncan had always said that playoff season and championship games are about making adjustments. Yeah, man, Javon Carter, and I know I know what's his name, Hitman X. Shout out to Hitman X. I know he's like, man, why we let him go? But that was one player that I told Hitman X about, and I told him about Javon Carter. I wish that he would have got more time. Javon Carter, yes, absolutely. Now let's okay. Let me look at everything real quick. Yeah, because the Celtics as a team, they only shot 33%. Now they shot 36% from three, but and they also did better at the line. But as y'all mentioned, Milwaukee beat them. Milwaukee beat them pretty much in all the defensive categories. They forced more turnovers. Now, except with the exception of blocks, because they were getting a lot of blocks on Giannis. They out rebounded them, not by a wide margin, and they were pretty much getting them in the paint, just really attacking the paint. And I thought that they were going to call a goaltending on that one block by Giannis. I see a difference with the Warriors without Green. Memphis has a game in the bag. Now let me talk about that. Let's talk about that. Man. Listen. Draymond Green shouldn't have been ejected. He shouldn't have been ejected. Okay. Um, for one, okay, hit the guy in the face. It wasn't. I don't think. I think he was just trying to give a hard foul just to make sure he didn't make the bucket or whatever. But he clearly tried to help him down. Listen, we're talking about the playoffs, man. And for him to get ejected like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he should have been. Um, but yes, they were able. See, that goes again. They were still able to adjust, though. I got to give credit to Coach Kerr, even though I'm not really a big fan of his, but he was able to adjust, and they had other players that were able to step up big. And of course, that boy Splash and Pool, and it was a strategic plan that they had too, having Pool come off because they were under the notion that Gary Payton the second, Gary Payton Jr. was gonna put the clamps on Ja Morant, and I also thought that Ja could have taken a better shot. No, that's not true. And I mean, hey, if that's your goat, that's your goat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not quite ready to do that, Giannis, and I love Giannis, but you know, not not quite yet. But he is he's amongst history. But he didn't. It wasn't just him that carried the Bucks, man. Now he did a lot in his playmaking and stuff. You got to go back and go watch the game, Florent. He shot 9 of 25, man. That's very unlike Giannis. We're talking about a above 50% field goal average. Giannis is never that inefficient from the field, but he did get a triple double, and he was playing defense as he always does. But it wasn't just him. You gotta go look at the game, my man. Did you wait a minute? Are you talking about this game or in the past? What are you talking about? Yeah, I could tell you didn't look at the game, Florent. The guy was Poole. It was Poole. It was guys like Poole that came through in the end, man. And Curry did his thing, though. Uh, Clay Thompson did hit some key shots, though. But you gotta go look back at that game, and I thought that they did a tremendous job despite not having Draymond. They had to step it up. Even Andrew Wiggins stepped it up big time. He was able to knock down those key shots and stuff. And I like Andrew Wiggins' aggressiveness. No, no, man. It was listen, Jordan Poole, man. I mean, you do realize that Jordan Poole had 24. Exactly, exactly. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, they're very long. They're very long, Timothy. But listen, hey, Floyd, I don't want you to think that I'm taking anything away from, because Clay, even though I think he only had 15 points from my recollection, he still had a decent game. Still had a decent game, man. I give Clay his credit. And if I have a favorite player for each team, damn near every team, and like for Suns, it's Mikael Bridges, and for for Golden State Warriors is Klay Thompson because of what he brings on both ends. But Draymond Green should not have been ejected. I'm here on record to say that he tried to help him up and everything, and it wasn't intentional. Now in the '80s, not the '90s, the '80s, because everybody talks about the '90s. The '90s, man, the '80s was way more physical. Man, that's '90s ball. That's '90s ball. Man, shit. '90s ain't have shit on the '80s. I know, Florent. Now you're talking, Florent. Now you're talking. Now there's some guys that aren't soft, but unfortunately, guys they just would have let Draymond back in the day just keep on playing. Uh, it just would have been a hard foul, but he didn't mean to do it, man. I mean, oh man, this is playoff basketball. It's supposed to be nice and physical. Oh Lord. Uh-oh.
Why?
Uh-oh.
What trouble you
Uh-oh.
starting with?
Uh-oh. 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 Man, I'm gonna talk about that later, Scrub. I already know what you finna talk about, man. Woo! You spoke it in existence, man. All them damn tight ends that went in the sixth round? I think like there was a gang of tight ends. I was exercising, Scrub. I was like, what the fuck? Tight end, tight end, tight end, tight end. I was like, God damn. I was like, that motherfucker could have went like in the third or fourth round, some of them. What's up with it, man? What's your thought on the playoffs, though?
Yesterday's games.
Yes, sir.
Boston got their backsides handed to them. The Bucks were more physical. Giannis, his game wasn't the greatest, but he still did things to help his team. Drew Holiday came up big for him.
Right.
Along with Grayson Allen off the bench. And Lopez playing in the post like a big man. So yeah. Celtics got their hands full. I think they'll win in game 2. I got them winning in 7. Though I will not be upset if they lose, of course. But what are you gonna say, Paulo?
I like that assessment. I was thinking that maybe you were gonna get the Bucks 2-0.
Nah, because the Bucks go 2-0. If the Bucks go 2-0, Celtics losing in 5.
Damn. Damn, no comeback, man.
Nope.
Man.
But Tatum and Brown gotta be better. They gotta come up. They gotta do better than what they did.
Okay, Florent just said. You said, do you believe Harden can get one game in Miami? It's going to be tough. No, the question should be.
No, he could get one game against Miami. I don't think he could get one game in Miami.
Nah, it's not Harden though, man. Like, I don't know why, dog. Did you forget about Maxey? Maxey is averaging like 22 points against them. So, I mean, come on, Florent.
I like Maxey. I don't think he'll be enough.
You say Giannis will sweep them. I doubt it, man. Not with a coach like Udoka.
I don't think it's going to be no sweepy for Boston. As much as I would like to see that, I don't think that's going to happen.
Nah, I don't think that's going to happen because Ama Udoka is a very slept on coach, and then we got two Popovich tree coaches going at it, so they kind of know what what that other guy is trying to run to a certain degree or whatever. But I did
Mhm.
feel like they did a great job of neutralizing Giannis to what they could, but he still was able to do other things, and that's why when everybody talks about, oh man, well, man, man, he's the next Jordan or he's the next Kobe. Listen, Jordan at one point when he was playing against the Supersonics, he shot like 20%, but they were still able to get the victory. You know why? Because he was able to do other things.
Mhm.
What's up with it, Eshion?
My bad. What up, Polo? What up, Scrub?
What up, best young?
Chilling. Like I said, the game I saw, game one with like I said before with the Celtics and the Bucks, I feel, um, like cause they really seen the good defensive team in the Bucks. Um, because also like the way Giannis was getting locked up, it made opportunities for his teammates the same. Cause um, with the holiday with Bobby Portis, with Allen, and definitely with Lopez, and seeing how the Bucks stepped up without Chris Middleton, you know, um, that's one thing, and that's one game. The next, like the game two, Celtics need to definitely, because you look at the Celtics game, some of them was there was missing some open shots. I seen them. They was missing some open shots, in that game, like 50, they missed like 50, 53, shooting too much. Felt like they were going down. Felt like if they would have gone down to that paint and paint more, do some pick and rolls, it would definitely work, with the team. So I feel like the next game, stop. I feel like I would not do not give defensive attention to Giannis, like too much on Giannis, because you're giving Allen, Holiday, and Bobby Portis, and them space opportunities, giving them opportunities to go ahead and shine. So I feel like they definitely need to get that work in and just really improve and be physical, because the Bucks team are they physical. They're very physical defensively and offensively. So you can't put all the defensive tension on Giannis, because the Bucks are way too deep. And the Celtics will get burned by guys, like I said, with Drew, Bobby, Grayson, and Lopez, among others. So it definitely gotta gotta be careful with that. Um like I said, like I said, because you look at the difference team, they're not, because Boston got to know the Bucks is not the Nets.
Right.
They're not Brooklyn Nets, because yeah, we all know the Celtics. You know, they bullied they bullied Brooklyn. You know, and this next game you can't this in this game you can't bully this team on, because they're more physical, than you, and and they have to make push and have legit shots at win. Win by proving your shots. 'Cause like I said, I seen a lot of missing open shots with the Celtics. And that Celtics now, I'm seeing a lot of missing shots. Um, I feel like that need to work. You know, and like I said, the other game, the other thing, my thoughts on Draymond ejection. I knew he was like that. I mean, we all know how Draymond is, you know,
You knew what?
of how he plays.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have been ejected.
Mm.
He shouldn't have, but he has to be smarter because
Yeah, his reputation, but the man clearly was trying to help his ass up, man. Man, that listen, let me tell you something. Hey, you already know S Young.
Right.
Back and you too, Scrub.
hmm
Man, you coming from New York too? Man, that's like that
Yeah.
ain't nothing. Like matter of fact, I know guys that really don't even like each other, and they would have just literally just let him fall to the ground and stepped over him. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
do that though.
I mean, he did.
That's what took place in the 80s,
Yeah.
Right.
I
not
mean,
the 90s,
yeah.
the 80s. I'm sick of people talking about the 90s was so physical. No, no, the 80s, goddamn it.
So, but I understand he helped him, but like you look after the fact, he's going in chatting on the crowd, skipping around, and like hanging with teammates. Like was like I understand that, but like, what are you doing? Like me chatting though with the crowd and like like what are you doing? Like like this is a serious playoff. Like this not this not regular season. It's not pre. This is a really a playoff. Like go home. Like you chanting like that. Um, but like I said, he was in the air. I ain't gonna lie, he was in the air. The pull in the jersey changed his momentum. He could have landed. He could have landed wrong. Luckily, he handed with his hand on the floor, like helping him land with himself. But he was in the air pulling on the jersey, endangering him. There was no position to challenge the ball. It was challenged the body only. It's not intentional, but Green defensive challenge should been better, like than just swiping at the body of a person. What was not because they this like Draymond about it, but about it, no for position. But to me, I feel like that man was straight up and down until Draymond pulled his jersey him sideways. So there was never reason to tug a player jersey when he's men in the air unless he's about to go face first into the ground. So that's how that's how I see it. I feel like he wouldn't get that. I would call it a flagrant foul. Mm.
And today's league soft.
Mm. And he comes and then he comes in and then like he comes in and he makes a he comes in he makes a podcast and just talk about the reaction to the question was like if I was you, I would never make a podcast the next day. I would
Right.
just focus on games. I'm not gonna go on the podcast with my sunglasses on, be like and talking about it. Like, why you doing the podcast, dog? Like you're in the playoff. Don't you need to be serious?
That's today's game.
Mm.
It's ridiculous, but what you gonna do?
So, like,
Grizzlies got to be better though.
oh, the Warriors and Grizzlies.
Yeah,
Uh,
the Grizzlies got to play better.
I mean, it was a close game. Though. I ain't gonna lie. It was a close game. I liked it. Jordan Poodle. Jordan Poodle. Definitely could be. Yeah, I said it. Scrub. Jordan Poodle. His name's Poodle. He could be. He could be a number one option of the team. Seeing how he improved off the bench, it's incredible.
Mhm.
It's incredible. So I feel like the movement of the ball, how they moving without the ball in the pass, and the way they pass each other was good. You know, but I feel like John Moran, he's been taking too many shots. And 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 to be honest with you, I feel I feel like it was bad. I feel like it was bad calls on both sides of the team. On both sides of the team, I feel like it was bad because like the ref was biased. Some ref was biased. So I feel like the both team was bad. I f- mm, because you have to, because you have to. You have to look at it because I look at you have to look at like right now. We already talked about the Germans, okay, but you can't overlook the excellence defense they assist Curry to pick up his fifth foul on player leaning to the charge. That was a charge. Now you remember that was a charge,
Right.
but they said, "Oh, that's fifth foul." But they can't say enough for how well they were able to tell all and turn into a blind eye and call it a jump ball with like 6 seconds left in the game. As
Now
soon as
that
the
was yeah.
Panthers slapped the ball in completely opposite direction of Gary Payton the third hand, which have definitely sealed the deal for the Warriors, but instead it gives Memphis the extra chance to pull this off. If I can give one small critic, if you really want Memphis to pull this off next time, feel free to call foul on Steph Curry so Ja can take his 2 uncontested free throws, which would likely seal the deal, just at few pointers. Um and it was just pretty bad, you know.
I
Talking
felt
about
like
that last
Memphis.
play,
Yeah, the last one was pretty bad. It was horrible. That was bad.
looked like he got all ball to me.
Hmm. 'Cause, like you look at it like it was 6 seconds. You call like
It should never been a jump ball. The Warriors should
yeah,
have had it.
never been a jump ball
That
because
definitely should have
because
had
he
it.
slapped because he left as a swarm of Memphis players slapped the ball in completely opposite direction of Gary Payton son his hand, which had definitely sealed the deal for the Warriors. But they gave Memphis the extra chance to pull this off. That was
Hey,
that.
what did you think? What did you think of Jordan Poole's performance, man, off the bench?
It was
Um,
key.
Because nobody's talking about that, man.
I like the Jordan Poodle. I feel like seeing him. No, he if no if he no if
It's
he,
hard for you to let Steph go, man.
I'm not letting stuff go. No, okay.
It's
Yo,
hard. Yeah, look, it's hard for niggas to let Steph go,
like
man.
I
They
feel
don't even, they
Poodle.
don't even want to look at
Yeah,
Poole. They're
I
like,
like Poodle.
man.
I like Poodle. I like Poodle. Poodle is good. Coming off the bench, and did very well very well. Um, seeing that he can able taking up next level while Kirby's not playing good. If Kirby's not playing good, if Play's not playing good, Poole can take over. And him averaging a triple double and off the benches and having him and Curry combined together was amazing.
Nah, because Poole gives you. Listen, at one point, Poole scored. I think it was 12 points in a row.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you need that scoring punch. Now, this is why I mentioned that though, S. Young and Scrub,
Hmm.
because check this out. A lot of people are saying, look, it's not taking anything away from Andre Iguodala, but when you got a scorer and pull that can not only defend, but he can also get you offense, not just from the three, but also get into the interior as well. Man, that's so much more beneficial for the Warriors. That and it's scary and it's dangerous because you got to worry about like five different motherfuckers that can score. You got to worry about Clay. You got to worry about Gary Payton Jr. You got to worry about Steph. You got to worry about Poole. You got to worry about Wiggins.
Mm,
You-
mm, 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 mm.
nah,
Okay, look, I put it like this. Look, that's game. I
you you
expect.
you you said no.
Look. Okay, I put it like this. Poodle can be the key to the series. If they take him away the next game, that leaves Kev to stay. But I'm not convinced they can do that. Wiggins just need to be himself like tonight. He brings more
He
like
did be himself.
yeah.
Did you see what he did at the end of the game?
I said he brings more. He brings a lot more than meets the eye. Stopping Morant from. I ain't gonna lie, he did stop Morant from ending the paint. Is key for him stopping the Morant because that's what Morant's bread and butter. Bread and butter is going to the paint, and him stopping him. That's good, and it takes away key complement to Grizzlies' game. But when he drives to the paint, he draws defenders, leaving perimeter shots open, so he can shoot the ball very well. So they can shoot the ball very well. And like I said, Clay 3 was clutch. So I think I know I ain't gonna lie, I give Wiggins his props. He did put some clamping on Ja Morant. So I have to give him that. You know,
I felt like it was a combination of him and Gary Payton Jr. Because Gary Payton Jr., if you don't remember, even though John Morant has been averaging 26 against them, Gary Payton Jr. put the clamps on as much as he could on John
yeah,
Morant that
yeah,
last
they
time.
both.
but to go back to Andrew Wiggins, he had a solid game. I mean,
Right.
he had 17, and plus he was good from the free throw line. A lot of people wasn't expecting him to hit the. He was decent. I mean, he shot 4 or 7, but he hit it. I remember him hitting it specifically to put to put them up. Now everybody talking about, oh well, Clay Thompson didn't do this, Clay Thompson do that. Nah, but he hit some key shots. He had 15. He shot kind of inefficient. He was 6 of 19, but he hit some key shots down the stretch. But Poole 31. I mean, 31, 100% from the line, 50% from the 3 yard. Come on,
Nah, Poole
off the bench, nigga.
Poole is the key guy. He's the biggest difference maker for
That's
this.
the key, and that's what I said. Like I said, that's the key. He's the key to the series. If they take him away next game, that leave Clay and stuff. But I'm not convinced they can do that.
He,
But,
hey, Young, what Jaren Jackson is to the Memphis Grizzlies. Because everybody talking about Ja Morant, it was Jaren Jackson, in my opinion, because Jaren Jackson brought him back with not only their defense, with his defense, but as well as his 3-point shooting.
When he don't get himself,
he shot 6 of 9, right?
Right.
I mean, he was hitting threes. So like
he shot 6 of 9.
He can't shoot. No, I looked at Ja. Ja can't shoot.
But I mean,
yeah, but he shot 44%.
Jaren Jackson had 33. Finally, like he hit, this is his first good game in the playoffs so far. Because that first round he was just
because
he only averaged 11.
I feel like to me, as soon as Ja pulled the defenders in with him, he should have kicked. I feel like he should have kicked it back to Baines for the quick open shot. I understand time. I'm at that when the time was clicking, and I understand time was low, but I believe Ja had time to pass it back, trusting your teammates.
But Bain was off. Bain didn't shoot that well. He shot 3 of 10.
Dylan Brooks was worse.
Yeah, Brooks. Yeah, exactly. Square. He only shot 3 of 13
and had 5 fouls.
He can. But they was in foul. Everybody was in foul trouble. Curry and Clay was in foul trouble.
Yeah, and that's making S. Young's point, because they was calling BS in both games. That was a goal. Like that was a goaltending. That was goaltending on Giannis.
Yeah.
It was in favor of the Grizz, of course. But this has been a problem for the Grizz the whole post. Like they have at least one guy in foul trouble. And one of the guys is the key guy. First round was Jaren Jackson. Yesterday was Dylan Brooks. Bain didn't have a good game. John Morant gave you the 34, but I mean, I ain't too worried about his efficiency. But the question is, can he continue doing that? Because that first round, he struggled getting going. Jaren Jackson, I don't know if they can I don't know if some of these guys can maintain this level of scoring and they can be successful. Brandon Clark only had 12. Well, that's not bad for him, but he had 12 points and 9 boards. He was all right. Wasn't bad.
I mean, to me, it's just I feel like he needs. I feel like when I saw it, I was like, why does Morant needs to go 1 versus 3 in a pack paint area instead of just creating best shots for his teammates? Because mind you, he did this a lot in the Minnesota series. Mm-hmm. He did this a lot. Think he could beat 3 defenders in the pack of the area. Like I feel like if he would have trusted his teammates a little bit more, I feel like they could have won.
There are times in the game if he makes the pass, it'd be better off. Yeah. What he needs is a mid-range game, because it's either 3 or he's going to the rim. But because he has no mid-range game, he can't force it. Like you don't have that extra dimension. You're not. It's a lot easier to defend him. Memphis still. The other thing with
Hey, we
Memphis.
got live wire in here, man.
Oh, what's up, Live Wire?
Hey, what's good? Oh, what's good? What's good? How y'all doing today?
Good.
Good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I was saying about the Grizzlies. Like they just have these stretches where it's either turnovers or bad shots, and it's like
I understand with the job thing, but I'm saying, but you gotta look at it in that game. He missed a lot of his outshot shots.
yeah, 4 of 11.
Yeah,
I mean 36% isn't bad, but felt like some of those were he was settling, and that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, but I feel like game 2, I think Ja gonna have to shake it off, just keep moving.
They have to get game 2 because they can't go to Golden State down 0-2.
Nope.
I think this was the game that I picked Memphis to win in 7, but I think that they might lose this series. I think this was the game to take, and they missed. Even though I picked Golden State to win this game, like this was a game they could have had and they lost it.
Yeah, they had it in control. They had this game in control down to the last few seconds of the game.
Yep. So I got a question. I got a question. So tonight's game, it's the Heat versus Philadelphia 76ers. How can Philly win this game without Embiid?
I don't see how. It's especially if Harden doesn't play effectively. They won't have a. They definitely need a beat to have some sort of chance against the Heat.
What you scored?
The backcourt for the you got to get He got. I don't even know who exactly need to step up because I'm like, dang. I think you're gonna need a big performance from Tobias Harris. I don't know if I could count him. I'm not trusting Harden. But I don't think they win it in Miami without Joel Embiid. So I don't even know.
Do you think Harden needs to step up?
He definitely needs to step up. I just don't trust him to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, if he don't step up, who else can? Then they can still have success. It would have to be Tobias Harris.
I mean, Maxey.
Yeah.
Of course, Maxey, but I'm expecting Maxey to play well against these guys.
I feel like pick and roll. Definitely pick and roll with Harden to Tobias because I feel Harden's gonna have 2 opportunities to be the man because his job is to snatch one. He needs to snatch one win on the road, or he needs to get one of them 2 games, one in a row. And also Maxey and Tobias, they're gonna step up. I personally think Tobias will rotate to small ball 5 and start Mantis at the 4, but he already can hit jumpers, but he can guard Miami's best offensive weapons. So if Green's at to stay at the 3, he could be a corner minister that he is, when he was when he was a Spurs. So I mean, this is the opportunity. This is the opportunity. He's gonna get heavy minutes. All you gotta do is bring that physical athleticism energy off the bench. And I don't trust him starting minutes since why I think Tobias should small ball 5. It's 6'8", Bam is 6'9". It's not the end of the world term of physical matchup. So I feel like they can, if they just what they need to do is they can get these games. If they could get one game, if they make it 1-1 scrub, then boom, they good.
But they can't. That's the only way they win in this series. They're gonna have to take. Obviously, but
because
they got to take one of these first 2.
Yeah. Embiid is. They said in a possibility, Embiid can come back in game 3 and game 4 in Philly.
Yeah.
So
I got Heat in 5 though.
Do you think if Miami go up 3-0 and they in Philly, you think it'll be to come back?
Oh yeah, he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna see his team get swept like that. I'm coming back.
I definitely don't see them winning a game in Miami. It's going to take a whole team effort for that to happen. And it's going to have to take Harden to really be heroic. And with his playoff performance, I don't even trust him a little bit.
I don't think anyone here trusts this dude. He's
Harden.
Yeah. He hasn't given anyone a reason to trust him.
Oh no, I want to. This is your time now. I want to see how you gonna perform. Because B's out, so I want to see. I want to see how you perform. You ain't hurt. You healthy now, so that's what I would like. That's what I would like to see. If Harden can take this team to win one game in the here, game 1 and game 2. Doesn't matter. Game 1, game 2. Can he win one?
I do not like this series I think this is going to be a quick series. I think hopefully I think it's going to get ugly. I think it's going to be a game of blowout.
Yes, sir. That seems a lot less.
Ooh. Okay. Also, was looking this year. How you feel about how you feel gonna win game 1 with the Mavericks and Phoenix Suns?
Oh, this series I'm definitely looking forward to.
Like
I got Phoenix for game 1, and I'm actually going to take Dallas in game 2.
So you think Phoenix might get it? Because this is gonna be at game 1. Is gonna be at Phoenix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phoenix. Remember, young Phoenix got full home court advantage throughout the whole entire playoff.
Right.
And everyone's healthy for both teams coming in this series, so this is gonna be fun.
I don't know. I feel like Luka can pull an upset.
It's possible.
It could be possible. Because one thing the Phoenix Suns don't have to do is don't double team Luka. Luka loves that. Luka loves when you get double teamed. So all you got to do is put. If I was you, I can't wait to see the matchup between Luka and Mikal Bridges. How Bridges gonna defend Luka? Because the last time they match up, Luka only took 2 shots on Bridges. I know Monty want Bridges to 1-on-1 against Luka.
Who's going to match up against Jalen Brunson?
Ooh, the CP3 can't play the defense. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard part, But I feel like Brunson gonna come out his own. Even if Lucas play bad, I think Brunson is gonna come out his own, and it's gonna be different. I feel like Brunson and I feel Spencer, they're gonna take the pressure off of Luka. If Luka plays bad, I feel Brunson and Spencer's gonna step up. And also the hardest part is that they'll have a legitimately good defense. So I feel like Suns they're gonna go to DeAndre Ayton. But I feel DeAndre Ayton's gonna have a field night because Suns, the Mavericks, they don't have really good big defender. So I feel like Aiden's gonna have a field night.
Ain's got to call for the ball though.
Yeah. So I feel like that, and And Devin Booker, I feel Devin Booker's gonna have a feel night as well. I feel like Aiden and Devin Booker gonna go at it. They're gonna have a feel night, so yeah. Because now you not only Aiton and also McGee. You got JaVale McGee. So it's hard for Mavericks being in the paint because JaVale McGee, good defender, good big defender. I don't know. They might put. I don't know, bro. They might put CP3 on Brunson, but
Hey, fuck all that, yo. Dallas gets swept.
You think Dallas getting swept?
No, they win in at least one game. One game.
Polo, you really think Dallas getting swept?
Put a rack on it.
I told you in that Jazz series that I Jazz series that I don't take. I don't trust when I think Paul asked me a question. Who do you trust? Like who you think is more dangerous between Jazz and Mavericks? I said the Mavericks. 'Cause I don't trust the Jazz. You see how the Jazz lost. I'm like I knew it.
I just see Phoenix, man, their energy level.
Right.
Dallas got good energy level. Don't get me wrong, they're playing better defensively, but I think Monty Williams got a strategy.
Right. And Polo, I said that it's gonna be tough for Dallas because they have a good good really big defender. So I feel like DeAndre Ayton's gonna have a field night.
Young, hey, that's what I said. Everybody making my point. I talked about that earlier with wait what? Well, DeAndre Ayton ain't gonna do nothing. DeAndre Ayton is gonna have a field day. Powell can't keep up with him. And you send a guy that your next best defender that's probably bigger is maybe what? Finney Smith. They're not gonna be able to keep up with him.
They're gonna yeah. Well, listen, if Ayton should be able to dominate their matchup because they really don't have a guy that can match him. Can't put Powell or Bertans or any of these other guys. Even if they were to somehow say, all right, we're gonna put Marjanovic, he's too slow. And he can't play, and he ain't gonna be able to play out the paint. So, but if I'm the Mavericks, I'm gonna make sure I keep I keep Ayton off rhythm. I'm not gonna let him set up in the paint.
Right.
I'm a bump him every chance I get. Keep force him to catch the ball either sooner or later than he wants. Like you got to take some of what New Orleans did against the Suns, because if Ayton's just allowed to get whatever shot he wants, it's going to get ugly quick.
And nobody's looking at the X factor. My favorite player on Phoenix, Mikal Bridges.
That's what I said Mikal Bridges.
Oh, you mentioned it. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, he did mention.
I feel like Monty Williams gonna put Mikal Bridges on Luka. It's gonna be a 1-on-1.
And you think Chris Paul's gonna be on Brunson?
I mean, he had to. Shit, they both short.
That's a good ass matchup, and that's a story right there. Because both of them are both prototypical point
guards.
You got the future in Jalen Brunson, and you got what the elder statesman in Chris Paul. And you can't even say that because he shot 100% last year.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Well, I'm making Chris Paul work as much as I can.
Well, Brunson,
yeah.
Because I know it's gonna be tough for Chris because they both Mm.
It's gonna be good because let's not forget who the coach of the Mavericks is. That Jason Kidd's pretty damn good now.
Mm-hmm.
Who you think is a better coach, Scrub and Young?
Monty Williams.
Some people say Jason Kidd.
Because he's a basketball player. What? Because he's just a
But
basketball player. He's a Hall of Famer, legend. Mm.
Jason Kidd got a ring.
Yeah, as a player.
No, as a player and a coach, they got the Bucks.
They got the Bucks win. He wasn't.
Bubble,
He wasn't.
bubble ring. Man, ain't no.
Yeah, we don't count
Ain't
that.
no one
Man. We
thinking
don't count
about
that
that.
bubble ring.
Look at him. See, look, he just counted.
I wouldn't even think about that.
Man, we don't count that bubble ring.
Hey, but you know what though? He was next in line to get that job though. Hit between him and Ty Lue. Remember that?
Yeah, but
next in line to get that job.
yeah, well, what up?
Yeah, but the Lakers were on that
coulda,
BS.
shoulda.
So Jason Kidd wasn't gonna wait.
He still got it though. Hey, whether we like it or not, he still got it though. But just think about it.
I don't count it. That's Disney. That's a Disney ring. I don't count it.
I ain't worried about no damn bubble ring.
Let it have been somebody else though. Hey, we wouldn't be saying
I
that.
ain't
I'm
worried
not
about no damn bubble ring.
What if hey Scrub, hey Young, what if Phoenix would have won the ring? What if they would have won the bubble?
We still don't count it.
It would have been they had to change things. We be talking like listen.
I don't count it. No. Look, reason why I don't count it because like they forced them to come back because everything was cool. Because everything was cool. They took a break. Okay, they taking a break. These players complaining, talking about I'm losing money. They don't have no other stuff to do than just basketball. They like, I need money. They keep begging and while we dealing with the situation with the George Floyd and then everything was gonna be take a break from it, but they keep begging. Yeah. Let them stay in hotels, eat them nasty foods. Like, come on now.
Yeah, it was worse than prison food. They said
it was worse. I'm not counting that.
Hey Scrub, Scrub and Young, they had 3 hots in a cot. It was all there.
And it was barely some people team playing that bubble.
They was up in there doing push-ups and sit-ups and shit.
It was barely people that can.
They had visitation rights. God damn. Put food on the goddamn commissary.
It's I don't know what else.
The Lakers still counted though.
No, I don't count it.
Lakers still counting. Look where they are right now. We ain't worried about no Lakers.
That man LeBron forced them to make it happen. That was his own league. He made that.
That's why he 3-6-1 Mafia.
Until after the bubble, until when that bubble was breaking, and he realized that he couldn't, and realized that he didn't even make it to the playoff. Even if he made it to the playoff, he lost the first round with the Suns, and didn't even make it to the, and then he didn't even make it to the playoff. It showed your true colors. Showed the true colors.
You know, you just come to a point in time in your life when you realize LeBron just ain't that dude.
It's not no more. It's a new different era now. It's a new different league now. They focus on the young
I
guns. Ja
understand.
Morant's, Lucas, the Trey Youngs, the Melo
Man, don't
Balls.
bring up no Trey Young. He needed to get himself. Man.
They focus on the. I'm not talking about. I'm saying about they focus on the youngies, the youngest.
No, the youngest, but
Jason Tatum. They focus on them guys.
they focus on them. But
Because mind you know the NBA ratings, the playoff ratings had gotten better without LeBron.
good.
It's good, very good. So it tells you
That's a fact, yo.
it's facts. It's gotten better.
But you're gonna get the fans that just like, oh, this ain't nothing without no LeBron. No one cares.
Yeah.
Playoffs. My only complaint about some of these playoff games has been just
No.
bad
This part.
decision making.
I was watching this video. The guy from the Lakers, the guy who told these Lakers fans, "Oh, what what is the reason why y'all didn't make it to the playoff?" All of them, all of them say
What?
Westbrook,
Of course.
Westbrook, Vogel, Frank Vogel, Westbrook, Frank Vogel, and I'm like, get the fuck. And ain't no way. I said, how you gonna blame Westbrook? And to me, okay, I put it like this. I put it in the bed. That's it. The reason why the Lakers had not even made it to the playoff, or why they crumbled, because of the trades and how it happened. If they would have kept it, if they would have run it back with those bubble teams, if they would have kept Cal Kuzma, KCP, Dwight Howard, Bell McGee, Alex Caruso, they would have run it back, just like if they would have run it back, and my bad, Rajon Rondo. If they would have run it back, it would have been good. Now you look, you lost your players now. Now y'all don't have y'all don't have a wing defender, y'all don't have a wing player that can play offense and defense. Y'all don't have a little young, y'all don't have a little, y'all don't have a young, tall defender, a young solid defender. Not only can play outside, but also need tall that can protect the paint. Y'all don't have that no more, and y'all don't have a legitimate point guard no more that can set up the offense that can help LeBron and AD to get some points. And y'all let Braun run point.
They didn't have two-way players. Like they like.
Oh, now THT, come on now, you got in your bench, and they don't even have no bench. Some of your benches are injured and hurt.
The guys who could have helped you were the two rookies. Also, like, yeah, they're limited, but hey, they gained
White
good
boy,
energy.
they got the white boy that helped them.
And the other dude, number 35, I forget his name.
THT?
No, not THT. The other rookie who
the white boy,
second year player. Not dude with the braids.
Oh,
who was playing late in the season?
Trevor Reason?
No, not no Trevor. I said young guy. Trevor Reason.
No, like who is number 35?
Because I can't remember his name. I'm about to take a look. Hold up. Let's take a look for who homeboy is. Here we go. Gabriel.
Who?
Gabriel.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
That dark dude.
Yeah.
Black. Man, that dude was black as he is black as fuck. I think he's up there with Tony. I think he's up there with Tony. He's up there with Tony Smell. No.
Yeah.
I seen him play one time.
Like I said, he was playing like, oh yeah.
I see him play. He ain't no rookie. I know. I seen him play one time. One time, that was it.
2 years. All right, so a second-year player. You're a young guy.
Yeah,
He
but
ain't
like,
got a lot of playing experience. I know
yeah,
that, but
I just saw him play one time, dog. That was it.
this, I mean, the Lakers team was not good.
it was just horrifying. It was just
Yeah,
horrifying, dog. It was just
but that's what happens when you got two guys who play the same exact way.
only person I'll keep is Stanley Johnson, the white boy. Get rid of Trevor Reza. That dude was old as hell. Get rid of these old players and these injury prones, and start fresh with your new bench. And if they want to keep Russell Westbrook, so well. But I remember, you remember when he was in the interview and he was mad, and him and his wife, was mad that they keep calling him
Westbrook.
He got upset, like he said, my kids are affected now. They're not good. No, my kids, they're really affecting it with the name. And he confronts the fan and all that. Like, I'm like, dude, why you get you remember when every time you see a video when fans call him Westbrook, he gets offensive so mad. He gets so offensive. Like, that's not my name. Well, if that's not your name, stop shooting bricks. That's all you gotta do. I don't like to be called Rez, but if you would have stopped shooting, if you don't shoot, I mean, if you would have focused on your shot.
It's par for course. Like, play better. They won't be calling you Westbrook. Brick. They be calling you Westbrook. And he did play better, but because how bad everything started, they just started pouring on him. It was like, all right, he was the punching bag.
Yeah, right. He didn't play no damn good. Go now. His turnovers. He was worse on the turnovers. His shooting was horrible, and he played too fucking fast. Like Shaq said, he played too fast. Like, he's trying to compete with the young guys, knowing that you're not young no more.
After the All-Star break, he was averaging 23, 8, and 8.
You're not getting no younger. So so he's just not what it is. His free throw was horrible. His free throw shooting is horrible.
Well, his free throw shooting has gotten worse in the past.
No, it got better. It got better when he was in the Thunders. It got better. When he was with the Thunders, his free throw shooting was good. But like after the Thunders, it just got so horrible. It just got so horrible, and I just feel like his time is up.
He can play, but he on the wrong.
His time is up. I don't feel like can he reach the playoff again?
Yeah, if he got a team of guys who can run, yeah.
He can't. No.
But this Lakers team was not suitable for what he does.
Like, if you look at Russ, when he went to the Thunders, he'll make it around the first or second round or second round down, lucky the third round. And maybe he went to the finals with the Thunders, made the first, second round finals. But after that
was when it was him and KD.
Yeah. Now you look at him. I don't count that bubble playoff with the Rockets, but when he got with the Wizards, he made his first round. And that was it. So it tell you something. Like, maybe he's kind of declining.
I mean, yeah, he's not the same guy he was when in OKC, but he can still give you something. He can be productive.
Yeah. But I can't. But like I said, I'm not gonna really put it on the reason why Lakers. I'm not gonna put it on him. I just feel like if they should have just kept it, they should have just kept the same players.
They should have, but
they should have run it back. Run it back. They should have just run it back.
They should have, but LeBron always needs more help. So, and to him, help equates to getting star players, as opposed to actually, working on this game so he can make the players around him better. And yeah, you heard that from me.
Yes, people say people don't want him. I don't want him. I don't want him. Shit. Just like that. He's gonna be a player to be like that. Player's gonna say I don't want him. Him and Ben Simmons.
But the Lakers stuck with. Well, they're going to find a way to get rid of Westbrook. They still gonna have a bad team.
Is Ben still in? He's still in Brooklyn. He's still in New York.
Man, I ain't worried about no Ben Simmons. I don't even know. I don't know where he at right now.
He's hiding. I think he's doing this on purpose because he's with Rich Paul. So Rich Paul, he's telling him what to do because that's his agent. I feel like he played their money. He played their money. He played their money. He played Brooklyn with money wise because Rich Paul. I mean, Walsh played him like that because that's a because with all those reasons you have to point out for Ben's not choosing to play. If this wasn't a professional athlete in the standard 9 to 5 worker, they may have been charged a criminal fraud claim. In that case, I'm surprised that NBA hasn't stepped in and suspended Ben for voids such a scenario, since although evidence points to Ben choosing not to play and making false claims of an injury and mental health. It's sad because those mental health is real. Like, oh, I have mental health. Oh, my thumb hurt. He said my thumb hurt from hitting the table.
I don't know what's up with Ben Simmons.
I'm like, dog. He just I'm like, he's gonna get NBA is not gonna pick him. I knew it was over. I knew it was over when that Hawks playoff. Once he didn't want to dunk it over Trae Young and pass the ball. I said, oh, yeah, he done.
That was the beginning of the end.
Yep. It is. And I remember I seen Polo Ville about Zion, and they they said and they told Zion, no, would you sign an extension? So I want to sign an extension. Like, for what?
I wouldn't offer him no extension. Like, bro,
Wait, bro, you haven't played a whole season.
Like, I'm done with Zion too. Like, he wasted time. I'm good. That's why I don't want him
play. Is you gonna play or what? That's the one thing. Is you gonna play or what? Like, you in and out? Because now you wasting the Pelicans' time. Because now you see they moving on. They moving on without him. They can do better. They can do better without him.
And they did.
They can. Trust me.
Well, you see, they won. They got through the playoffs.
They don't need. They don't need. I'm telling you the point. They don't. They don't. They can get rid of him. Like, no, we can get.
Like,
no, man.
People want to say that this seem to be better than Zion.
Like, no, bro. We don't
because
want
they would have been better with Zion. Zion would have found his way on the damn court.
We got Bi. We good. We don't need you.
No.
So you can leave. They can do that.
Listen, I'll put them on you on trade block, bro. Oh,
it could be. Talking about, I think I should sign an extension. For what?
Man, you ain't. First of all,
I'd rather give it to BRCJ. Man.
The extension, bro. You don't want to be here because you wanted to be here. You would have been playing. You wouldn't be doing all this extra BS.
It's just
but it's fine. You continue saying what you want to say, and we'll be moving. We'll be moving forward.
All right. We move on from it. Also, like I said, it's gonna be very intense. Who you think is gonna be? Who you think is the best series out of the eight teams in the playoff?
Which is gonna be the best series?
Yeah,
Phoenix and Dallas.
You don't think might be Milwaukee or the Celtics?
It could be Milwaukee and the Celtics too. One of those two. I'm not liking what I've seen from Memphis all playoffs.
Right.
And Philly. I'm done with Philly.
Say no more. I know it. Say no more. But yes, like I said, teams is eliminated. Okay, and like I said, Philly, Miami, definitely. Okay, we checked on. We talked about the Philly thing. What do you think Miami Heat need to prove to beat Philly to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
right now definitely without Joel Embiid for the. I don't know if he's gonna play Game 3, but for
Because
Game
Jimmy
20,
Butler's out. Kyle Lowry's out. Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler's out. If Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry plays.
even with them, I'm attacking the paint. They ain't
Mhm.
got no big man.
Right.
Like without Joel Embiid, no, yeah, I'm attacking that
Yeah.
paint.
Did DeAndre Jordan play for Philly?
Who?
DeAndre Jordan, is he playing for Philly?
He still played for Philly, but
Oh damn.
you counting on
oh,
DeAndre Jordan?
oh damn.
Exactly.
Oh damn.
And, and if I see him on the court, all right, cool. I'm gonna drag him out the paint anyway,
Yeah, Bam.
or
Yeah.
he can hang in the paint now, and we'll just play a lineup where we can
Okay.
hit mid range and 3-point shot. Like, no, yo, I'm gonna take DeAndre Ayton's going. I mean, not DeAndre Jordan going to be a non-factor, whether he play or he don't
You
play.
know, yeah. Now, if B comes back comes back in game 3, game 4, what you think he need to be improve if B comes back?
If they're gonna have him without, see, that's the thing. Without Jimmy Butler and Lowry, they got a shot, but to take one of those games, they. Damn, that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see how well he gonna play. I want to test him out. See if he's Joel Embiid or how much of himself is he really? Because if I see any type of weakness, I'm going. He's the matchup I'm going at.
All right.
Like Joel, as soon as I see Joel Embiid, he gonna have to prove. All right, is he really here, or can we take advantage of him?
Yeah. I got this question here. No, about let's go to the Suns thing, Sun of Mavericks. We talked about the bench player Jordan Poole. How you feel about your twin, your light skinned brother twin Johnson?
Who is my light skin? The hell?
Cam Johnson. Yeah, his name Cam Johnson.
That
Cam
is
Johnson.
not. Hey, that is not
You
my
think?
twin.
Do you feel like Cam Johnson will be very much improved coming off the bench?
I think he's better. He'd be better suited coming off the bench than starting.
You think it'd be a better impact, just like how Jordan Poole was with Grizzly? You think Johnson can be that against Mavericks?
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to give you Jordan Poole type of impact, but I think it'd be a plus for him to come off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
That'll help him out some. But like I said, I think this is going to be the best series.
Yeah, I can see he can improve. Cam can approve. He can prove he can do something against the Mavericks. Definitely. I feel like that's gonna be a good game for him. Okay. Well, with the we ain't talk that much about talk about the Warriors and them. Okay, Bucks and Boston. Okay, Bucks and Boston. Okay, now how? Okay, so the Bucks and Boston game and feel like game 2. Do you feel like matter of fact? Let's go to game 1. Around game 1, do you feel Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown was cold?
They were.
Mm-hmm.
They were cold. I think Tatum is going to have to play in the post more. I know that's not an ideal thing as far as the size matchup, but
Right.
I think he's just going to have to. I think the best way maybe not the best way, but a way that the Celtics can get themselves going is him playing in the post.
Like I said, they can. Nah, I mean, I feel like definitely because I seen a beat. I mean, Jason Tatum, he did play in that post against Brooklyn because having no Middleton is serious advantage for the Bucks. But especially, Celtics had similar success attacking Giannis, whereas they had against KD's unrealistic. So, KD's slight physical made him sit in ducks erupting. So it'll be different with Giannis. So how I feel like it's gonna be more different with Giannis because he's not KD. He's much bigger, taller, stronger, and athletic. So that's gonna be very, very hard for somebody to guard, to guard Giannis. So, um, I feel that. So then, do you think, what's that Williams guy? That guy Williams?
For Boston,
Yeah,
Robert Williams.
yes. Do you think he needs to step up against Giannis defensively?
I mean, yeah, but I don't think it's so much defensively that the Celtics need to improve as it is really offensively. Like, because they did force turnovers, but they didn't they did not capitalize. There was a lot of missed opportunities. I think even more than defense, they got to improve their offense.
Mm-hmm.
And that means if you're going to force the amount of turnovers they did early on, you got to score more points. There's no reason you should be forcing
Because they have been
turnovers.
missing. They have been missing shots. Yeah.
It is a make or miss league,
Very
so
openly.
maybe they were just
Open
cold,
threes.
or
Open
maybe
threes, yeah.
maybe because maybe the Bucks did get them out of rhythm. We'll see how it looks game 2. But if it looks like it did in game 1, it's gonna be over quick.
Now let's back to the Philly thing. About Black Santa. So do you feel? Now the James Harden? I feel James Harden. Don't get. I mean, don't get me. Let me get me wrong. James Harden, he's a good player. Definitely a very good, incredible player. But I feel he needs to really gonna step. Like I said, and he's hurt. He's hurt for game 1, game 2. He's gonna have to step up. But do you feel? Do you feel that he needs? Do you feel not only just James Harden? Do you feel like guys like Tobias Harris, and Danny Green need to step up, other than Harden?
Well, I think they're gonna need something from that. They got to get more than what they've been getting from Danny Green. I know he's on the back 9, but you got to get a little more from him. Tobias Harris got to come up big. Obviously, James Harden. The question is how far into that bench is Doc going to go? Because I wonder if he's going to utilize Korkmaz or the other guy. What's his damn name? Yeah, one other guy on the bench. I'm not remembering.
How you feel about Doc Rivers in the playoff right now?
Feel like Doc Rivers is about to get he's still on the chopping block, and I think
even if he took the Phillies in the finals,
if he does that, he'll be fine. But right now he's still on that chopping block. That series against Toronto shouldn't have went 6. It should have been a sweep.
Right.
They did show well in the second half of Game 6. I will say that. I just don't trust them to have that kind of production consistently because they haven't because it's the postseason, because it's Doc Rivers. But Doc Rivers got to prove he can get it. Like, he wants to go on this tirade about how we.
I'm worried about Embiid. I know Embiid gonna play that black mask. He gonna have that mask on. You know how he plays with that mask.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Embiid because like I said, not worried about Embiid because he always kept getting hurt.
This is true.
He always kept getting hurt. Every time the playoff comes, if they make it to the first, second round, he gets hurt. So it does it. So like I said, I'm worried about that. Do you feel the same way? Worried about Embiid because he kept getting hurt every time the Philly make it to the playoff.
I wasn't thinking about that, but now that you mention it, that's that's worrisome.
Mhm.
And he'll be playing with the mask, so man, that's it. That's if everything goes according to schedule. But I don't know. I don't know what else I could say that I haven't said already.
Mm. That's a good question right there. That's a good answer. Mhm. But we're gonna start us off. How you feel? You already said about the Celtics. You know, how you feel? We never went deep on the Grizzlies. Was how you feel? The Grizzlies need to prove on the next game.
Um, the same thing we've been saying. Well, like it's decision making. That these stretches of just boneheaded basketball. They have to stop shooting themselves in the foot because they'll get going and then they'll have this stretch where they turn the ball over. They take ill-advised shots and then they're getting exploited on the other end. Like obviously Bane and Brooks have to play better. You don't not counting on Jackson to have a 30-point game, but can he not get himself into foul trouble? Because yeah, he had this game, but can he be trusted for the whole series? I don't. From the first round, I would say no. Ja, he
Right.
hmm,
Do you
well
feel like?
he got going in
Right.
game one, but he just needs to not have the slow start,
Mhm.
and they need to make free throws because that's been an issue too.
Uh, most definitely. My bad. Yeah. So I feel like I seen Grizzly. You know, defensively is the problem because seeing how Jordan Poodle go off like that and how 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 they are offensively. Do you think Grizzlies need to work on their defensively? You know, defensively because I feel the
Yeah,
same way. Seeing how Poodle scoring like that, you know, it would. Do you feel like Grizzlies need to prove that defensively?
they do need to improve defensively.
Hmm.
Like that's because I think in just well, I think it's gonna be their offense has to be part of their defense. You have to you got to take better shots. You don't want to take a bad shot and then you're getting caught in transition. And even in the half court, you have to play the whole 24 seconds. You can't just play eight. The Warriors are not the kind of team you could just play 18, 20 seconds and think, all right, we're good here. And then the rebounding because late in the game the Grizzlies cannot secure defensive
They got
rebound
out rebound, yeah.
and they have the size advantage. That's unacceptable.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. Uh, definitely. I feel that need. That's how I feel about that. You know, and also I'm also worried about Curry. This is why you know people like why you worried about Curry? Me, why I'm worried about this about Curry because he's not really playing well. You know, for the last seen it for like since like the first two playoff games. You know, like in the Minnesota game, he wasn't playing well. I know he was decent. You know, he was doing all right. You know, scoring 26, but um, it just Curry he'll go off rarely. Like you rarely see it. So um, I give you the same question as Scrub. Like, do you feel like Curry knows is downgrading? in this playoff. Like very downgrading this playoff series.
I mean,
I feel Clay Thompson. He's getting. I feel Clay Thompson as well. You know, but Clay Thompson getting his group. I see Clay. Clay, he's trying to get his feet wet. He's trying to. I see him trying to.
I think
Trying
for
to.
Clay, the more game, the longer the playoffs go on, the better he'll do.
Yeah.
Because for him, it's literally just getting playing time. Because he missed up a lot of time. I think he'll be better off as things progress.
Yeah.
Steph Curry, I mean, he's I haven't seen anything that I wouldn't expect from Steph Curry to this point. So I'm not. I don't know how. I don't know after one. I'd probably have to see another game or two to really get a better feel as if Steph Curry is really if his play is going down or not. Because at least for game one, that was about what I expect from him.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see. All right, now let's go back to the the NBA awards. We already saw. Marcus Smart won Defensive Player of the Year. Scotty Barnes won Rookie of the Year, and it Ja Morant won Most Improved Year. So who you think is going to win the Sixth Man of the Year? You have Kevin Love, Jordan Clarkson, and Tyler Hero. Who you think is going to win that? I already got Tyler Hero. I see Tyler Hero.
I hadn't been paying too much attention to any of those teams, so I can't. I really can't say. Like, I couldn't tell you. I'm just if I'm just guessing in the dark, I would say Tyler
Not Tyler
Hero.
Hero. Cam Johnson. My bad. Tyler Hero, Cam Johnson, Kevin Love. Yeah.
Oh, Cam. Ooh. I'd probably say it'd be between Cam Johnson and Tyler Hero. I don't think Kevin Love's winning it.
He's old as hell. I barely see that man play. He's having a headache while Cleveland. He was suffering. I'll go with Tyler Hero because I've seen Tyler Hero prove much better than what happened with the bubble. Than what happened to the sweep with the Bucks. Seeing him prove a lot better. Very proud of my boy Hero. Also, we have coaches of the year, NBA coach finalists. We have Taylor Jenkins played in Memphis, coach in Memphis. Eric Splesso and Monty Williams. Who do you think is going to win Coach of the Year?
They'll probably give it to the Memphis coach.
Mm.
I personally would have picked Jason Kidd.
Boo! Stop.
Why?
Boo!
Why?
Boo! Boo! Because he's just a player. I'll go with Eric Splesso. I have to go with it because the way he works so hard, and much improve is better. And here we go, the last one. You know what it is? MVP. Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. One player that got out in the first round, and two players are still active. One's hurt game one and game two. One won game one. Who you think between all three of them? Giannis is not they're nominated. Giannis, Embiid, and Jokic. Who you think will win that MVP award?
Will win probably Jokic.
Again?
I think Jokic's gonna win it. Yeah.
After loss in the first round?
It's a regular season award. The voting was so yeah. I think it's Jokic.
I would have to go with Embiid. I feel like Embiid definitely gonna win that because you got two players. They won MVP already. So why don't you give the guy that doesn't have MVP? Embiid.
So we just giving away MVPs.
It's not fair. Okay, it just they both got MVPs. Okay, give it to Embiid. Because he had proved much better. He had proved better. So I feel like just give it to Embiid. And and also do you feel do you do you feel do you think Mikal Bridges should have won Defensive Player of the Year? Um than Marcus Smart.
I will. I would have picked Nicole Bridges over Marcus Smart, but I don't think it was the wrong choice. I just would have picked Nicole Bridges.
Mm. Okay, okay. Do you think who should be traded?
Who?
Do you think okay, your team Knicks? Talk about your Knicks.
Fuck the Knicks. They frustrate me.
We're gonna talk about your Knicks though.
I don't want to
Do you
talk about
feel
them.
do you feel Zion's gonna join the Knicks?
If he does, I'm out on I'm out on the Knicks. It's already bad enough I got that bum Fournier. I don't know.
Boy, yeah.
No, you listen. Trade for
Like Zion, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish.
I'm cool. I'm cool with I'm cool with Cam Reddish. I'm cool with the RJ. I do not want Zion.
Why you don't want Zion? I mean, he gonna eat y'all New York pizza. He gonna eat y'all New York pizza.
Is he going to be any better in New York than he was in New Orleans?
We'll see. We'll see.
I'm not trusting it. I'm not trusting it.
All right. Move on to Nets. How you feel about Brooklyn Nets? How you feel about the Brooklyn Nets? How you feel? How can they improve next season?
Get rid of Steve Nash.
Oh, okay. Get rid of Steve Nash.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna get far. They're not getting far with Steve Nash as the head coach.
Do you think they should add some players? I feel like they need to add a defender.
They could use a defender, someone who's actually who provides physical presence, and an actual big man would be nice, but I don't think that's happening.
F you, Carson.
I got a big man who's going to play big, unlike Andre Drummond, who
yeah,
because he did not play big against the Celtics.
F you, Carson. You trolling fool. My bad, he was trolling me. He said that Will Smith had a baby girl. I was like, oh shit, Jada's pregnant. Then I look, it was the baseball players. I was like, F you, Cino.
That's how like Will Smith is spending baby girl. Like,
yeah, he called me.
I see the thumbnail. Like,
oh damn. I looked the baseball player. I was like, F you. Very trolling. Well, yeah. So that's about it about the NBA playoff. Any last word to say before we leave?
look forward to the series tonight. Well, I look forward to one. The other one, hopefully, it will be better than I think it will end up.
I think last word to say for me is that everybody have a good day. You too,
Yeah.
sub.
You too.
That's it.